like to start the video by saying this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Alright, hey, how are you guys doing? The stock market had a good pullback this week. A lot of stocks came back a lot from their all-time highs. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Palantir. The ticker symbol for Palantir is PLTR, which you can see up here in the corner. This week, Palantir is currently down 3.3%, which isn't too bad. Over the month, they're up 21%. They just really didn't have a good week. Just to give you guys a better understanding, when you're going to buy a stock and you're looking at the stock, you need to see for the past week or for the past month. Even if you want to do I'll just say the past month. You go on the past month and you want to see what the highs were. It was 26, and you want to see what the lows were, around like 28 or $20.79. So you want to you're not going to always be able to buy at the very, very low. You don't want to try to time the market and always try to buy at the very, very low. But you can try to get your contract in the middle. If you think that Palantir is going to $30, $27, it doesn't make sense to buy your contract at $26 or your shares or whatever you're planning on purchasing. It doesn't make sense to buy at the high and then expect it to run up 10, 15 or 5, 10% or whatever from there. It makes more sense to buy here in the middle or try to catch it lower. Just to give you a better understanding, with my shares, I have currently 111 shares of Palantir. My average cost is $21.58, which you can see right here. So now that the stock price is at $25, $400 on those shares in this Palantir position, because the stock price has moved up that much. And I have accumulated 111 shares. Once you get 100 shares of a stock, then your shares will move and you will get the returns as if you were doing the options. But shares are always a safer alternative to the options. You can still lose money in shares, but just not drastically like you can with the options. Alright, so the next company I want to cover is Tesla. Tesla had a pretty good day today. Over the week, they were up 6%. Over the month, they're up 13% or $22. And like I said, you guys want to go in, you want to see what the highs are, which they're at right now. So it wouldn't make sense to buy at the high for the month. What you would want to do is try to wait until somewhere in the middle where you can see those returns when it goes back up. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to give you guys a better insight and a better understanding on how to even begin to put together your portfolio. My position with Tesla, I have 13 shares currently. My average cost is around $173. And you can see I got in at $173, and the stock price is now currently $197. I'm only up 307. But when we just previously talked about Palantir, I'll go back and show you guys. I had $111, and the stock price has only went up $4. But you can see I'm up $400 because I have so many shares accumulated in that position. That's why it's moving like that. Versus having 13 shares and it has gone up $24 and I'm only up $300. Versus Palantir, it moved up $4 and I'm up $400. I hope that gives you guys a better understanding. The next stock I'm going to cover is Nvidia. They're down again today a little bit over the week, pulled back a good amount. This is the high 140. And again, before I say this is not financial advice, but I just feel as if this is a good buying opportunity from the examples that I'm trying to present to you guys, because you can see, okay, the month, the high is 139 for the month. It's currently at 123. No, it's not at the low at 108 or 107, but it's right in the middle where you could see a potential gain if it were to go back up to 139. That would be a great profit if you know how to get in and exit. Nvidia is currently my biggest position. I also have 100 shares, and that my average cost is $121. Nvidia is currently at 123. The total return is $288. The next stock, which is Apple. Apple had an okay day today for the week. They've been doing all right. They're up 98 cents. For the month, they've been doing pretty good. They're up 12%, $23. And again, like I was saying earlier, right now Apple is closer to its highs. I'm not trying to say that you can't always, because some stocks are going to violently run up. So I can't say or tell you to not always buy a stock when it's at its highs and it's running up, because sometimes that is a good idea, because you might catch the upside of it running up. But also on the flip side, you could buy the top and then everybody else is selling and you're buying right there. So then the stock price, when people sell and take profit, it's going to cause the stock price to drop and drop and drop, because they're taking their profits and they're realizing those gains, which is going to affect the stock price. So you should just always keep that in mind. My position on Apple, I currently have 8 shares. My average cost is $198. My total return is $132 currently. The next stock I want to cover is Amazon. Amazon has had a great day. Amazon just surpassed the 2 trillion market cap, I believe, today. And that's why they're having such a good day. They're joining other companies like Apple and Nvidia and Microsoft. Those companies are 3 trillion market cap, but Amazon is 2 trillion. And a lot of other companies aren't in the trillions, they're in the billions. So it just means a lot that Amazon has crossed that threshold and is continuing to try to grow and accomplish new heights. For the week, Amazon is up $14 or 8%, which is pretty good. For the month, they're up $17, 9%, which is good. 198 or so is their high, and their low is around 174. My position currently with Amazon, I currently have 4 shares. My average cost is $184, and my total return currently is $55. You always want to pay attention to that average cost when you're buying shares and you're trying to build your position in shares, because that's how you're gonna see the most gains, is when your average cost and your position you have entered correctly, so that you can reap the most gains from your position. And the last stock I want to cover is Micron Technology. They reported earnings yesterday after closing. They beat expectations, but because of their weak guidance when they did their earnings calls, and because of some of the things that they said, the stock fell. That's the thing when you try to play earnings calls or play around in earnings calls, it could affect the stock price in a major way, either good or in a negative way. You always need to keep that in mind. For the week, they're down $25, 16%. And for the month, they're up $1, which is 1%. The high is 154, and the low is down here at 121. They're currently trading at 132. I currently have 9 shares at an average cost of $128, and my total return is $33 currently. Before I end the video, I just want to show anybody that just may not know how to even purchase shares on the Robinhood app. You can go to any stock, and then you would go to the trade button. You would press buy. It would take you to this screen. You would change this from dollars to shares, and then it would calculate up how much it would cost to buy the amount of shares that you were looking for. Say if you wanted 3, it would tell you it's $75. Say if you wanted 120, it will tell you that it's $3,000. Again, none of this is financial advice or anything like that. I just want to give you guys a better insight into understanding. Alright, well, I hope that helps. I hope you guys are also having a great day.